Hey guys, so this video is going to be a little bit different. This is going to be more reflecting on my personal life, and the reason why I want to share this is because I feel like this has like an effect for someone else. Like if someone else is going through this, and I hope I could share this and it would impact somebody. I'm currently going to be going for my PhD, and I got my offer letter. Super excited. I was about to sign off. Sorry, I hear my cat in the background. I was about to sign off and accept it, but I realized I'm gonna hold off on that. And the real reason why I needed to hold off on it was because I wasn't really planning out my PhD journey. I wasn't really thinking ahead. I don't think I was thinking logical. And I think like when you really want something, you need to wait on your dreams. Now, before you get on me about, oh my God, waiting on your dreams, what do you mean? If you wait on your PhD, would you think you would go back to school? Maybe you'll stop, yada, yada, yada. But to be frank, I don't know if you guys can hear the rustling in the background, but like I could hear this cat's like ripping through his toy. And like the AC decides to go on, so I don't know if you could hear that too. So, excuse all that. And now there's like truck drivers near. It's okay. Anyway, I have always been that person, and I'm sure other people can relate. I've always been that person where I will just jump into something and maybe think about it for a couple of days and then just jump into it anyway, because I'm just an impulsive like person that needs to do something with their lives and just working a regular 9 to 5. And this time around, since this would be pretty much my last 3 to 5 years really dedicated to another program, I was like, yeah, let's do it right. So this is where I'm gonna be coming from. So holding off on your dreams, that means for me right now, and why I'm holding off on my PhD, is I need to analyze this. Like I really need to think logical, like I mentioned. I need to think, thanks. I need to, hey there. I need to think about the finance. PhDs are not cheap. The after goal, what am I gonna do with this PhD? What PhD did I want to go into? Or when am I paying it? Or how long is it gonna take me to pay it off? So, I do have a scholarship, but it's a very small amount of scholarship towards the actual total tuition. And obviously I would be continuing applying for scholarships just to see that something can go down and reducing my tuition payment. What? So like PhDs are just so expensive, and I had to really figure out, okay, which degree I wanted. I did some research. I finally figured out that I'm gonna correspond from my master's degree to my PhD, so that way I can transfer credits and not have to pay so much out of pocket or on a loan. So I'm just pretty much doing my PhD in business management, but specialize in human resources. I have my human resources management master's degree. So besides the money and anything you want to do, especially if you're pursuing your higher education, kind of like how I'm doing, don't just research the fact of what does it do for you and what job you can get into. Try to research if you can even try it out before you even jump into it. For example, my end goal with my PhD, now you guys are gonna think I'm crazy, is I want to be an adjunct professor, where I would still have my main job for human resources. However, I would go into being an adjunct professor either for like evening classes or overnight, or the weekends. And I think we all know this. Adjunct professors do not make as much money as they probably should. They do not get paid very well. Even if they're a PhD, or if you try to be an adjunct professor, even as a master's, you get paid even lower. And then even in a bachelor's, you get paid even lower. So the game plan is to use my PhD as an adjunct professor to pay off the rest of the loans that I owe. as like my side job, but also as a passion. Like I really do like teaching, and I only like teaching from a standpoint of like on a camera, but I'm not too sure if I like teaching like in a classroom or virtually or in person. And I've never actually taught in a classroom ever. So even though I may have a passion for it, I'm not too sure if I even like it. So my main point here is that instead of me wasting, not even wasting, but investing 3 to 5 years of a PhD trying to be an adjunct professor, pretty much in business management, why don't I try to be a professor now and see if I like it? So this semester that's coming up, I decided to deny my PhD, take it really easy because this year I have to take on a certification anyway for HR. And next semester, I would start applying as an adjunct professor in one of the local colleges near me and see if I actually enjoy it. Just do like a semester and see if I like it before I jump into my degree. And trust me guys, like it kills me. It kills me to even pause my PhD program because I'm a person that like when I start school, I go straight through. Like I don't take breaks or anything. Sorry, I just gotta cross my legs over. My cat came here. And you know, I don't want to take a break, especially like what, a year break technically, because it's gonna be 2 semesters. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm sharing with you, first of all, let me tell you something. Don't tell anybody your game plan. Unless it's someone that's really close to you and you need advice, don't tell everyone your game plan. Always keep things to yourself until you're like, you get it done. Because I do believe in like the evil eye. Now, the only reason why I'm sharing this with you is because I feel that if you're going through this or you're not too sure which path to take, at least there was someone there that kind of gave you some advice of what to do. I know for, obviously for all programs that you want to take for school, you can't just do any trials and errors of, being an adjunct professor. Maybe you want to be something else. Maybe you want to go into something different than what I do. But I would like take some course that's like so much cheaper before you even get into it. Even though we want to get something done, like we want to do it now, we want to get out the way, we want to finish it. Maybe it's just not in your timeline. Like maybe it's not now, and that's okay. Like I have to tell myself that all the time. I have people that I've seen that graduated school just like this, like way before I did in my years. I went to trade school before I went to college, so that's why I was a little bit behind. But I always feel like, oh my God, well, if I don't finish my PhD by the time I'm like, my early 30s, then I can't do it anymore. Like, oh, I'll be too old. And it's not, erase the timeline out of your head because it's not about how fast you get it done. It's the fact of the benefit you get out of it. Enjoy the time that you're in it. This like PhD in a sense, it's more like learning because you want to, not because you have to. I don't really want to call it luxury because it is pretty intense because of a lot of research, but it is on a time that I decide to do this. Like no one's forcing me. No one's, not everyone's agreeing the fact that I should even go forward. Some people don't say much, some people do. I don't really tell too many people. Like I mentioned, don't tell everyone. Just my, obviously my family and my very close group of friends. Let's go back to finance. Is that the one good benefit from this, because I'm pretty much taking a whole year off of school, is really finding the time to just bulk in my savings, like just doubling up and tripling up my savings from now till next fall. At least I'll have some money on the side and have some time to apply for more scholarships. And as I'm an adjunct professor at night, since I'll be starting it for next semester, I probably as well would continue it as I'm in my PhD, just doing maybe 1 or 2 classes, using whatever money I make from there to just pay off, a small amount of my tuition. Obviously, it's not gonna be the whole tuition, but at least I'm paying as I go and not just the interest. Like at least I'm paying something than nothing. Because either way I look at it, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm still gonna have like a loan. It just depends if it's gonna be a bigger loan or a little bit of a smaller loan. And who knows? I might not even like the fact of teaching, like in a classroom or virtually, you know what I mean? So I think it's good that I'm gonna try to be an adjunct professor now, well, next semester, just to see if it works, because if I don't like it, then I don't go for my PhD. You know, things happen, like so many things happen. I might not even do it. And I think another thing that I will tell people, don't get upset when it doesn't work out. Well, the only thing, how do I say this correctly? Humans make up timelines, okay? There is no timeline to go to school or to stop going to school or to start school, okay? There is really no timeline. So obviously, like, don't stop on your dreams, but what I'm saying is put a pause until you have a game plan of how to get to your dreams, you know, how to get to your goals, how to get to things you want to get to. And I always believe there should be a game plan. And obviously, like I mentioned, your game plan can get diverted. Things can happen, things can change, but at least you tried and at least you're going on a path, even if it's coming out all swervy. Totally okay, because that's how life is. You know, life is full of obstacles and challenges, and it's up to you on how you want to handle it. So guys, if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and I will see you on the next video, guys. Take care, peace.